Once again, President Cyril Ramaphosa stands accused of betraying the trust of millions of South Africans. Despite promising a new dawn of clean governance and accountability, the latest revelations point to the same deep-rooted corruption, political shielding, and lack of consequences that have plagued the African National Congress, ANC, for decades. This time, the storm is centered around allegations that Ramaphosa's administration has quietly buried multiple corruption investigations implicating high-ranking ANC figures. Sources from within the justice system suggest files have been delayed or misplaced, a familiar political maneuver South Africans have seen time and again. The message is loud and clear: within the ANC, loyalty to the party still outweighs loyalty to the people. When Ramaphosa took office in 2018, he positioned himself as the anti-corruption reformer who would undo the damage of the Zuma years. His speeches were filled with promises of transparency, justice, and an end to the looting of public resources. But as the years passed, South Africans began to notice a pattern: big announcements, public inquiries, and commissions of investigation, followed by silence, minimal prosecutions, and zero real change. The Zondo Commission was hailed as a turning point, exposing the scale of state capture under Jacob Zuma. Billions of rands were siphoned from state coffers, crippling public services and deepening poverty. Yet, years later, very few of the key players named have faced jail time. Many remain comfortably in political positions, shielded by the same ANC machinery that Ramaphosa promised to reform. Now, critics say Ramaphosa's presidency has become indistinguishable from those before him, a mixture of careful political balancing, empty promises, and the quiet protection of allies. Civil society activists accuse him of being more concerned with preserving ANC unity than with dismantling the corrupt systems rotting the heart of government. The latest outrage comes at a time when ordinary South Africans are struggling under worsening economic conditions. Unemployment hovers near record highs, power cuts continue to paralyze industries, and food prices skyrocket. For many, the pain is made worse by the knowledge that public funds that could ease these crises are instead lining the pockets of corrupt politicians. Despite mounting anger, the ANC remains politically unchallenged on a national scale. Opposition parties like the DA and EFF have failed to unite or present a credible alternative that can win over the majority of voters. As a result, even with its deep corruption scandals, the ANC continues to dominate the political landscape. This lack of competition has allowed a culture of impunity to flourish, a culture where leaders can betray the public trust repeatedly and still secure victory at the polls. Political analysts warn that this cycle of corruption and political monopoly could push South Africa into a deeper crisis. Without accountability at the highest levels, corruption seeps into every layer of governance, from national ministries to local municipalities. The result is crumbling infrastructure, failing schools, understaffed hospitals, and millions left hopeless about the future. For South Africans, the betrayal feels personal. Ramaphosa's smiling image and calm demeanor once symbolized hope after a decade of Zuma-era scandals. Today, many see him as just another ANC leader who talks about change but protects the status quo. As the country edges toward another election season, the question is whether voters will continue to reward the ANC despite its failures, or whether growing frustration will finally turn into a political reckoning. For now, one thing is certain: the trust once placed in Ramaphosa has been broken, and the corruption he promised to end is alive and thriving.